Hey everybody. All right, so I want to get this very, very clear to everybody, okay? This is in regards to the IFL Science, ifuckinglovescience.com. All right? Bill Gates thinks a coming disease could kill 30 million people within 6 months. Now, it doesn't say when. It doesn't say at what point. Within 6 months. What's within 6 months? Well, there is no time frame. It didn't say, okay, from July 15th, 2018 to July, August, September, October, November, December, January, till January 2019. No, he just says, Bill Gates thinks a coming disease could kill 30 million people within 6 months. So, this is like a new observable disease that then would take hold in a population that is weak, that is not going to be able to handle, the protocols because their bodies are weak, and they will succumb. He's correct. Not because he's doing it. See, all you conspiracy people think that Bill Gates is causing all these issues. No, your freaking weaknesses, your inability to strengthen your body is making him correct. He's been around. He understands. Here's the thing with computers, viruses, okay? Computers and viruses are no different than like biotechnology is no different than technology. It's just bio versus electrical or hardware. Like devices. Your device, your phone device is no different than this device. It's called your body. You have to upgrade this device to understand how to then get all your applications so that way they're all synced up so you can lead a very smooth running life. There is no, where you don't have any communication cut off. You will have access to communication if you update your device. So Bill Gates is not stupid, you guys. He's not causing the issues. He is responding to what already exists. Do you not freaking get it? He is responding to what already exists. Viruses have existed for freaking eons. They are the ones that caused the evolution in humanity, jumped us to the next level. But the reason why people die is because they have a weak ass body. They apply the wrong protocols to their body. They're applying cannabis. If you're a proponent for cannabis and you're all about cannabis, that caused the weaknesses to your body because you're applying the wrong chemistry. And then when you're exposed to a virus, regardless of where it came from, guess what? You don't have what it takes to fight against it, and then you succumb to the elements. So Bill Gates is not stupid. He's trying to help with the clean water out there. He's trying to help with the vaccinations in third world countries that have a very high infant mortality rate, and he's giving life that otherwise wouldn't get life because of chaos, lack of infrastructure, lack of a centralized government, lack of a justice system. And so these fledgling countries out there are now taking on some kind of like justice system. It's still corrupt because people are still kind of messed up in some of these rural countries. Their infrastructure and their government is still very, very shaky and shoddy, and they still have people who are still living pure Darwinism, kill or be killed, living the absolute power, still kind of in control. And then we kind of come in and try to help them out a little bit so they don't have complete genocide. But no, I am not going to take anybody talking smack about Bill Gates because I was there. I understand where you guys are coming from. But I also understand why it is people are making these correlation equals causation, because they're so privileged in a society. When you're so privileged in a society, you don't know where you came from. You just happen to be lucky that you're able to survive. Yeah, you have Parkinson's or other types of issues, but it's not because of the vaccines. It's because your family history is freaking weak. And then it's diseases then compound other diseases. Viruses that you're exposed to no matter what are going to keep weakening weak bodies, which then causes you to have now a lack of understanding and logic and making connections. And then you go to the most easiest go-to, blaming. Oh, correlation equals causation. I got a vaccine, now I have a disease. Oh, Bill Gates does the vaccine campaign, does the biotech, does GMO, but that is not what causes the issues in our society. It's people's ignorance of their own bodies is what causes the disease in our society. Bill Gates has created now people a chance at life, but now it's up to, and he's also helping people gain an infrastructure, support the life that is being given. But now it's up to the people to sustain their freaking life. It's not up to the authorities to give you perfect health. But that's what these entitled people out there want to do. They want to blame the government for not giving them the perfect health when the people have 90% responsibility over their bodies, but they choose not to take it. They choose to blame the Illuminati, the New World Order, Bill Gates, whoever else they can blame to ease jelly juice. Okay? I got to turn off my heater. So Bill Gates has seen a lot. The Gates Foundation has seen a lot. The GMO is not causing people's deaths. The fact that people are taking on these activist stance against the genetically modified Monsanto shows how ignorant the human population is. Because guess what? I use GMO, conventional vegetables with the pesticides, with the jelly juice. Guess what? I eat genetically modified food now. And I'm doing jelly juice too, but jelly juice is just a nutritional source. I've already healed and sealed. For the most part, I can derive nutritional benefit from genetically modified, from regular conventional, from organic, from any food supply that's been approved by the FDA. Okay, so guess what? Why is it I can survive the chemtrails, the 5G, the GMO, the vaccines, whatever else y'all want to be on your freaking platform about, but why can't you survive and prosper and be, you know, very well balanced? Oh, because you have imbalances. Oh, but whose fault is that? Oh, no, it's Bill Gates' fault. Oh, no, it's Monsanto's fault. Oh, no, it's Jillian's fault. Oh, no, it's my mom's fault, my dad's fault, the government's fault, you know, the EPA's fault, the freaking 5G's fault, my phone's fault. Oh, I mean, I'm telling you, the blame game is so like exponential that this is why society will not be able to survive a pandemic, because we have too many people drugged the fuck out, blaming each other for all of their issues. And so when I post about Bill Gates is right, oh my God, all my conspiracy guys have to come out of the woodwork and say, oh, how does Bill Gates know this? Oh, he's part of the New World Order. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. What the hell? He is helping people gain life and gain an infrastructure. Now it's up to you to freaking sustain it. And if you don't, whose fault is that? It ain't his fault. The fact that you're able to be here today is a testament to technology, biotech and technology. Now it's up to you to sustain your own life. If you can't sustain your own life, then you can blame everyone you want. It won't matter. You're going to be recycled into the ground. So me being on J-Juice and healed and sealed for the most part and able to eat the most mineralized stuff, my body will figure out a way to manage it and let me know, okay, that was too many minerals. Maybe just chill out. You know, then I will listen to the indicators of my body. Thanks, Kevin. I will listen to the indicators of my body. Let me know, okay, that was too many minerals. Okay, yeah, it's a little cold outside, so you're gonna blow your nose because you have too many, you know, you're exposed to some elements that your body isn't used to, so you're now adapting. See, now you have to understand the freaking jelly juice portion of it. But no, we still have people that are still stuck on their drugs, their cannabis, all of their blaming against the New World Order. They want to still think that the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers have caused all this chaos, when no, it's the ignorance of humanity. And guess what? How you see the indicators of it, the ignorance of humanity. You're seeing the anti-government people, the anti-vaxxers want to take us back to basically Liberia. Go Google Liberia, and you want to see where you want to take us back to, anti-vaxxers, anti-government people, anti-Bill Gates people. Go to a third country. Go to freaking Africa in the sub-Saharan desert and see how fast you can survive. See how fast you get your ass out of there, because you don't have the strength to handle that pure Darwinism. Oh, but I can assure you, those of you that are bitching about Bill Gates and the New World Order would not be able to survive in the jungle. But that's where the anti-vaxxers and the anti-government people and the anti-Bill Gates people want to take us back to. They want to take us back to pure Darwinism, where Mother Nature is going to have a say. There's no due process. There's no let's draw you out. So your disease that you have, you guys, is your freaking insurance policy. If you have Parkinson's, if you have cancer, if you have eczema, psoriasis, a cold or a flu or anything else out there, that's your freaking insurance policy to correct your shit. And if you don't, whose fault is that? It ain't Bill Gates' fault, because guess what? Those viruses will continue to exist regardless of what they do as far as biotech. Because bacteria and viruses are part of the world. It's part of the body, mind, and spirit. It's part of the universe, internal and external universe. And if you don't understand that and you still want to blame and all that stuff, you will never get the Gilly G's protocol. You will never, ever get the Gilly G's protocol because you're still living in the fear campaign and getting your friends on that bandwagon. And guess what? They're not going to do Gilly G's because they're too afraid of the pain. So they'll still avoid the vaccines. They'll still avoid modern medicine when they probably most need it. And then they will succumb. And it's because of you. You actually contribute to the reasons why Bill Gates saying that there's probably a pandemic at some point because we have freaking ignorant ass people out there that don't know how to switch their freaking arguments because they still want to stay stuck in the conspiracy world, the blaming world. And so it's easier to do that than actually face where they have responsibility. Believe me, if they want to take us back to where everyone's genocide back to World War II Nazi days, go look what's going on in China. Okay? The protesters that protested in Hong Kong, yeah, they're being taken to re-education camps. You want to see, so that right there, that's a communist government. Okay? That's a one world order government. However, is it predicated upon life or death? Well, they definitely want life because they want people to live. Now you see in some parts of the country, like I've been to China, and there's durable status in some parts where I was in Guangzhou, where people were living in stone houses and really there was running water because it's being pumped from some source, but there was no way to get rid of the water in a clean way. So all that wastewater that I was using was going into the ground outside. Okay. And then there is a very rich part like Shenzhen and Hong Kong and all these different really rich parts that people are flourishing. And yes, there's definitely a disparity of rich and poor. And how can you get out of that status? Well, in China, you don't have that option to go from one side. I mean, maybe you do, and then you have to be. I don't know. I'm not a Chinese person living in that society, but could a person that lives in Guangzhou who's a peasant, could they rise up to a Shenzhen, rich person that has a lot of property? You have to be that smart and have some kind of opportunity to be able to prove to yourself that you're not a peasant in China. But here in America, you have every opportunity to go from 0 to 100. You're not really stuck in a caste. What keeps people stuck in a caste where they are not rising above their station is the fact that they keep staying stuck in their mantra, stuck in their activism, stuck in the blame game, they don't appreciate what America has to offer. And then you look at China and you think, oh yeah, America's like China. Oh no, America isn't like China. But people are trying to be because they're trying to push their values onto somebody else instead of having this balance of power. And they're bitching about the impeachment stuff. But hey, you know what? We need to have checks and balances. If not, we end up like a China. That's why we have a constitution. That's why we have a Bill of Rights. Okay? So those of you that are in America and you're bitching about the New World Order and Rockefeller, we have a constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. That's what makes us not like a China where we would have people being re-educated because they're not touting the party line. Okay? So, you guys just support democracy in some way. Support getting your body well balanced. Get off this. Do you know this conspiracy stuff is probably, what I've heard is that it's the Russians. It's Putin trying to break up America, trying to break up the West. And what do? They put all these conspiracies and demonize someone like Bill Gates, demonize somebody such as the Democrats, Republicans, Hillary Clinton, to Trump, to whoever, making you guys hate your own government and hate your own society. And Facebook is famous for that because you don't know what people's intentions are. And then you realize that when you start hating your own government, hating your own people, hating your own country, somebody has put these ideas in your head to hate your parents. And then guess what? The train has left the station. And then, the breakup of America, the breakup of the West, the breakup of a person. Thanks, Emmy. And so, Bill Gates, he's letting you guys know, just like I'm letting you guys know, that he's saying on a bigger scale, because he has a lot more, you know, reach and a lot more influence and seen a lot. Yeah, he's one of those, right? Oh my God, he's part of the elite. But he's given you guys the access to information. He deserves to have every kind of respect, because you wouldn't have the internet, or you wouldn't have these modes of communication if it wasn't for Microsoft, if it wasn't for Google, if it wasn't for hardware, Dell, and all these different Samsung, I don't know what the hell, Lenovo or whatever. You wouldn't have all of these things if it wasn't for those titans of industry. You wouldn't have an infrastructure if it wasn't for Morgan or Rockefeller or Carnegie or any of these guys that you guys all want to go and be like, oh, the elite, they're so horrible, they're so this. You wouldn't have a structured society if it wasn't for freaking them. So stop trying to take us back to Liberia, you guys. You're on the Jilly Juice protocol. Get off the freaking activism. Get off the demonization. I know some of you are major cannabis proponents because it saved your life. I get it. But when you have cannabis, like any kind of drug, it's used minimally, like a flash in the pan. It's not something that you stay on indefinitely. And it's not going to save everybody's life. Just because cannabis saved your life for that one moment doesn't mean that cannabis is going to be good for that person over there. But that's some of you, that's your mentality, is that, oh, this thing saved my life, and so it could save your life too. But it's the wrong chemistry to apply to the body. When you're drugged out and zombied out and anesthetized out, you think that's going to help a body that's trying to live and survive, and pain is healing, and you're just trying to drug a person up with cannabis or kratom or opioids. But hey, if you are prescribed for whatever reason because of your condition and you're under a doctor's care, then you listen to your freaking doctor and then take J-Juice at the same time. But to just to be universally 100%, okay, cannabis is the end all be all. No, I'm sorry. There is no drug that's the end all be all. And Jilly Juice is not the end all be all, because it depends on the person if they're willing to take on the pain. Even Jilly Juice isn't for everybody, because some people don't want to deal with pain. They want to be freaking drugged out. So if you think that cannabis is 100% for everybody, then you don't know the condition. Then you're still playing the game of my way or this way is the best way and the only way. But then what is the outcome are you trying to expect? You want your friends to die? Oh yeah, smoke cannabis. But then look at the observable probability when people smoke cannabis. Look at Rick Simpson. Look at all the pot smokers. Look at Cheech and Chong. We have so much historical data to then support the observable probability of death when you are promoting the conspiracy world and the drugs and all of this stuff that has caused us to go on this major crazy death trajectory. So no, Bill Gates is not the demon. If anything, he's a hero that is not, that has been demonized. I'm thinking Putin, all of his little KGB people trying to break up America. Okay, and so guess what? Since Putin or whoever it is that put these ideas in people's heads that Bill Gates and vaccines are so horrible, they realize that those things actually save people's lives, but they realize how simple-minded America is and how simple-minded people who are poor are. And so they will automatically go to correlation equals causation. Oh, I got a vaccine, now I have a disease. It's because of him, it's because of that. When there are so many factors that are the reason why somebody has cancer, disease, and chronic illness. And those vaccines are not the reason why you have cancer, disease, and chronic illness, because you're going to be exposed to viruses no matter what. If your body was strong, you wouldn't be triggering disease. But we have weak-ass people bearing weak-ass kids, creating weak-ass diseases or strong-ass diseases, and we still have to give people the opportunity to live. Yeah, they're going to come out maimed, but they're going to be anyways, or they could die. If you look at Liberia's infant mortality rate, yes, Josh. If you look at the infant mortality rate in Liberia has declined since modern medicine has been introduced. The vaccines, clean water, infrastructure, some kind of justice system. But yes, Putin, I've talked about Putin and the KGB as far as all the conspiracy stuff and them getting involved with our elections, them releasing all of the emails. You know, someone has said that, you know, that Trump asked somebody to go and do this research and find something on their people, and I guess they hacked into the Democrat National Convention, whatever, hacked into Hillary Clinton's emails, and then the whole thing with the Julian Assange, you know, I'm thinking he is an actual pawn in the Russian influence, and then all these conspiracies and all this, the WikiLeaks and all this wiki shit was so that way to then cause a division in America. And then you have social media that everything goes freaking viral. And then now you have a reality that's not even a reality. It's somebody's perception of the reality based upon the intention, which is what you want to hate your government. You can laugh all you want, but we do have people out there that are not of America that want to, that would enjoy the fall of America. And so when you find yourself hating your own government and hating anyone, whether it's me, whether it's Trump, whether it's Hillary, whether it's Bill Gates, you got to figure out, why the hell do you hate this person when you don't even freaking know them? Oh, but you're watching the internet. You're reading what you're listening to hearsay. You're not paying attention to your own children or yourself. You're listening to hearsay. You're too about the guy next door than you are to your own household. And that's why, oh, sorry, Emmy. Okay. I was sure it was you or somebody else. But the reason why we are where we are, why we have so much cancer disease and chronic illness and conspiracy and people just destroying each other with everything, is because nobody is paying attention to their own freaking bodies and their own kids. They're more concerned about the guy next door and what the hell he's doing. They're more concerned about the person over there across the street and what they're doing. But nobody's paying attention. Nobody's paying attention to what's going on in their own household. Okay? And so, yes, America tries to help people who are fledgling, who are needing assistance. We try to help them out, but then we get bit in the ass too. I've tried to help people out. Maybe we need to let, you know, Mother Nature and Darwinism do what it needs to do. Maybe we need to let outside of America kill or be killed. Okay, maybe that needs to happen, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. But I mean, that's the whole point of America, is we want to allow people to live, give everybody the opportunity to live, and give them an infrastructure to support life. We're not trying to go back to anti-government, anti-vax, anti-all this stuff and take us back to Liberia. And we want to have a peaceful society. But you're always going to have fluctuations in the environment, and can you adapt to that? That's the whole point of Agility, is can you adapt to the fluctuations and the changes in your environment? And we're seeing that people are not able to adapt. They're too busy demonizing somebody else, too busy sitting on their soapbox. And that's why you're seeing so much cancer disease and chronic illness. But viruses have existed since the beginning of time. And on strong bodies, they strengthen the humans. On weak bodies, they destroy. It's Mother Nature's balancing force. Once the viruses get wind of a weakness, they start degrading you systematically. And then sometimes it's too late for a lot of you. Some of you have so many weaknesses that you're not willing to figure out right now, but you want to wait, which I completely understand. You're busy. Okay, fine. But do you know to what extent the weaknesses that you have, that when you get exposed to a new virus that your body isn't ready to deal with, and this is where the vaccines come in, how do you know you're going to survive that exposure? That's the whole point of the vaccines. It's giving the body a heads up. There's something new in the environment. You got to get your shit in order. You got to get everything, you know, figured out to be able to handle these new conditions. If not, the weaknesses they already have are going to double and triple and quadruple. And then this is where death and chaos happens. You got to prepare yourself, your body, mind, and spirit for the new changes. And if you don't prepare your device, that's where Bill Gates understands, because we have anti-vaxxers, we have conspiracy, we have major weak-ass people in the population, and he sees a bird's eye view because he's seen it all, and he understands his products as well as then biotech. Okay, and he can predict that, though he's aging himself, yes, but you could be aging and still see and still have know the indicators. He hasn't figured out how to cause indefinite life. He just knows how to give life and support it to a certain extent. but he doesn't know how to sustain it. And so, yeah, when you have very weak people taking on vaccines and medications, it's a crapshoot no matter what, but at least now you have a chance. At least they gave you a chance. But no matter what, if you are that weak, chemotherapy, cannabis, and vaccines, you will die. If you're that strong, chemotherapy, cannabis, and vaccines, you will live despite all that. It's about how strong or how weak you are. And I would say most of you that are not on Jilly Juice, even those that are on Jilly Juice say that, oh, I'm on it, but you're really not, are freaking weak, and you will not probably survive the next pandemic because you think you have all this time. Sorry, but you know, bodies degrade every single day. They do. And if you're not reinforcing it, you are becoming weaker and weaker and weaker, and you don't know to what extent how weak you are based upon how strong those entities are, those viruses. So if you think waiting, fine, I understand waiting. I'll buy whatever it is you sell me. If you sell me that you want to wait because you're so busy, okay, fine. I'm not going to convince anybody that they should do the protocol right now because not everybody is ready to do it. Okay, but just so you know, how do you know that you're going to be strong enough when you're ready to do it? Because yeah, when people are ready to do it, sometimes it's the bottom that falls out. When they go and invest, which is fine, you invest at the bottom. But the reason why you invest at the bottom, knowing that you're investing at the bottom, is because you're already prepared and put measures in place to make sure that you can handle the bottom dropping out. And that's the whole thing with Jilly Juice is, okay, you know that it's going to take you out of the market at some point. But sometimes there's these viruses are that aggressive that now you can't work at all because your body is that fucked up. You better have something aside or some independent wealth, or you better be some trust fund kid that then will be able to do the Jilly Juice protocol and do nothing else but the Jilly Juice protocol. But if you're not a trust fund kid, then you better put measures in place to know that you can handle living at the most minimal level, that you can cut your expenses down to almost nothing, so you can figure out a way to heal and kind of find a way to make a living. Okay? So all I'm doing is letting you guys know, just like Bill Gates, letting you guys know, okay, hey, hello. But he's not offering you any time frame of when. He just says, hey, in about 6 months, you know, upon a new discovery of a new virus, you know, relative to what's going on in the population, like the Ebola virus, if that ever gets out to America, I could see 30 million people dying from the Ebola virus, because that's the elderly and the children and the immunocompromised. Those are the weak people in our society that warned us to have vaccines. It's the weak people, the immunocompromised, and it's the elderly, and it's the children. Someone like my age, my husband's age, we would not be the reason, we would not die, for the most part, we would not die from something like the Ebola. Because if we ever had the Ebola come here and it was too late for vaccines, I'd be shoving this drink down my husband's throat. I'd be soaking his ass in my juice. So I know I'll survive any pandemic out there. But we have too much of an infrastructure for that to really happen. They would probably have the vaccine. They already have the vaccine created and ready, but you're still watching, you know, all of the indicators, you know, where they're seeing where it's making its way out of the Congo. It already made its way out of the Congo. It already made its way out of Africa. The Ebola virus is outside of Africa now. But now when it becomes an actual problem, well, the weaker society is, the stronger the viruses are going to be. And he's not incorrect. So now, you know, these are the indicators. You either listen to them or you ignore it and say, oh no, he's the enemy. He's caused it all. Don't make me go there. Don't make me go there, guys. Do the freaking Jilly Juice. Stop feeding into the fear campaigns. Promote vaccines to people that are not doing the J Juice, because that's probably their only choice and their only savior at this point. But, you know, if they are willing to do the J Juice, vaccines are not going to be super, super important, but you can still get them. It's not going to hurt you. But if you choose not to get them, then you better be doing J Juice like major. And if the government says, hey, we need to see evidence of a layer of protection, then go get the vaccine, show the antibody count, or show that you got the vaccine, or get a titer test, one of the 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and keep doing J Juice. But I had to address this because one guy who I know, is someone I know in my personal life here, works with my husband, super in the conspiracy world. I give him a little leeway because he's still kind of stuck in that world. He's too busy to really listen to me a lot, or he doesn't catch all my videos. But John, you can't go there, John. You have the Jilly Juice. You have the Jilly Juice. You can't go there with the Bill Gates stuff because he actually is helping people. When you have a decline in the infant mortality rate in third world nations because we came in with the vaccine program, yes, there's some people that will get adverse reactions, but that's already because of conditions that were there prior to them coming in there. Now we just got to get them out, got to get them reversed in their conditions. Okay, so when you cure death, you get disease. No different than when you find a cure on the market, whether it's cannabis or chemotherapy or bentonite clay, you are creating more disease. Yeah, your symptoms are not there for a minute, but then that's why people die, is because they progressively get more disease from all the damn cures that they're chasing after. So cures equals death and disease. When you cure death, you get disease. When you cure disease, you get death. Those are all interchangeable. Jilly Juice is not a cure. We bring up pain. We don't mitigate it. We don't hide behind drugs. People do because they have to. I understand that, but you can use that in with the Jilly Juice. And at some point, your intention is to get off all the drugs and off all the conspiracy stuff. Because I'm telling you, if they want us to go back to World War II, we would already be there. But we're not. We converted what the Nazis did in World War II, took the Nazi scientists and converted their energy and made it for good, not for evil. Okay? But I bet you Putin and all of his people put in there, oh yeah, they're the WikiLeaks stuff. That's why I'm not impressed with Julian Assange, because he purposely created all of this bullshit. That's why I'm not impressed with Julian. That's why I hope that they throw the book at him, because he created all of this crap in our society around the conspiracy world. He's the one that put doubt in America. I am not impressed with Julian at all whatsoever. And I hope they throw the book at him. All right, have a good day. Bye.